I live in South Louisiana along the Gulf Coast, and something I've enjoyed doing over the last few years is putting the hummingbird feeders out around mid-August in anticipation of the hummingbird migration. The hummingbirds come from as far north as central Canada and northern United States. They stop over in the Gulf Coast and spend anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks trying to put on weight in anticipation of their migration across the Gulf of Mexico. Some of the hummingbirds will travel by land through Texas down through Mexico, and we'll take them down to Central and South America. Other hummingbirds will actually do the nonstop flight across the Gulf of Mexico, which is about 500 miles, which is pretty impressive for a little bird that's not hardly 3 inches long. I put my feeders out mid-August. I use a blend of 4 parts water to 1 part sugar. That seems to be the recommended percentage, and enjoy watching I call them the hummingbird wars, as one hummingbird tries to dominate the feeder and chase the other hummingbirds off. And there's times where there's 8, 10, 12 hummingbirds around one feeder. I've got 3 or 4 feeders scattered around my property, and it's just a lot of fun to watch them. And then one day, when those cold fronts start blowing in from the north, when they start pushing down in mid-October, one day they'll just be gone. There may be a few laggards, but it happens pretty quick. They're here in great numbers, and then all of a sudden they're gone. And then they straggle back through in the spring, and then they come back again in large concentrations in mid-August and September. So I hope you enjoy this little bit of information and watching these birds around the feeder.